And what's good, man? We back.
Good.
Thursday night. Thursday night action sparring.
Yes, sir.
Overtime. Bro, we had a busy last week, bro. This past weekend we had Shot Foster and Ray Ford. We got what? Jesse, you know, I call him Bam. I know people call him Bam. We got Bam and Vagos this weekend. One of them fights, but you know, you never know. You never know with boxing. You know, anything can happen, bro. So I mean, let's get started with Shock and Ray Ford, bro. I mean, you kind of pretty much called into a team. You was like, you know, Ray Ford is. I'm gonna say this, bro. Ray Ford actually did good boxing. He wasn't as chaotic as I thought he was gonna be. I actually thought Shock Foster was like the one putting up volume. You know, Ray Ford was like one shot here. He wanted every shot to count, but he wanted to land that bigger shot.
Yeah.
And I personally think that's what kind of cost him, because it seemed like he was looking for those big shots throughout the fight. How you had that fight going? You know, a lot of people had mixed reactions, but what you make of the fight?
I thought it was a good fight. I thought first half of the fight I had it 3-3 going into 6, but I think once they got into the second half, that's when it started to separate. Shock showed that he had a second gear as far as conditioning, and I think Ray Ford I don't think he expected Shock to step to him as much and started to use his angles, and when he did, it just had it really seemed like it had Ford lost. Ford was good, he showed a skill, but it kind of had me wondering, like, what was the game plan? It was kind of not to question his corner, I really don't know what it was at a certain point. So
yeah, like when I was watching the fight, first off, the first round was razor thin.
Yeah, it was.
Very razor thin. Then, you know, he got pushed out of the ring.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I ain't think he was going. This yours?
Nah, it's not mine.
This not mine. Usually I come through. I didn't think the fight was gonna. I mean, I don't know what my expectation of the fight was gonna go. I mean, Shock is good, you know what I mean? But I kind of thought Ford would have provided a lot of resistance. But, you know, it seemed like it was a back and forth fight. You know, Ford started off good, and then each round Shock adjusted. That's what I noticed about the corner work. He adjusted each time. His corner was telling him the right thing, and I think that played a key factor. His corner was telling him, hey, you can't keep letting him back you up. You can't get this round away. You gotta go for it. You gotta go. And I think that was the different factor between the two and in that fight. Where you see Shock Foster going from there? Like, you know, you see him unified with Emmanuel Navarrete. Do you see him going up to 140?
I mean, doors are wide open for him. He got a lot of momentum after the performance against Fulton. There was a lot of hype going into this fight because there was a lot of animosity. He won this. You got the unification with Navarrete. You got the fight with Stevenson. That's the most momentum. Stylistically, I think that'll be a worse matchup against Shakur. But like I said, Shakur told him, "You beat Ray, I'll give you the opportunity. You got to be a man of your word." I can't regardless of what I think of how the fight will play out. I can't say Shock didn't deserve it. He did what he had to do. I mean,
gotta disagree. He did what he had to do, but as cool as that would be, bro, that fight don't need to happen, bro. To be honest, bro, Shakur got business. Shakur got to figure out what he want to do at 140 or 135.
I would agree with you if two things. One, if Shakur didn't give his word on it, and two, it's like when you think about it, they just said more Talia about the fight Conceição, so that's out the books. He just fought T.O. Gary said he want to fight him last of all the champions. Him and Keyshawn not gonna fight. Him and Devin not fighting. Him and Ryan not fighting. So it's like when you look at the options and break it down, it's like, what's there? And then Shakur's the name. He needs something to sell. I mean, you need to get regardless of what people think of the fight, you can sell any fight with a good story.
I'm gonna tell you who he need to fight. And you ain't gonna like this. You might not like this. He ain't got nothing to do. Shock Foster is at 130 right now. He should try to push for that unification. I'm gonna tell you who is busy right now. They had ordered Tank Davis versus Kid Austin, right? But ain't no telling when they coming back. I think maybe Shakur could figure out how he can squeeze up in there and settle that business with Kid Austin.
See, it's easy to say, but remember having last time.
I get that. But listen, I'm gonna say this, bro. If Kid Austin is willing to fight Tank Davis, who pack a punch, what's the difference between Shakur?
I agree, but the last thing that was supposed to happen, he pulled out, 2-3 days before the fight. And then he pulled out another fight after against JoJo, which he was expecting to win, but it's like...
JoJo did that?
Yeah, so it's like, you pulled out the fight.
What's that fight gonna be at? JoJo don't fight at 35.
Nah, remember that was supposed to happen. Was it last year? I can't really give you the full details right now, but you pulled out that fight when it was supposed to happen 2 days before the fight, when he probably was already on weight or killing himself to shit the last few pounds. And then a few months later, you pulled out of another fight. So that's more of a case like, yeah, that's good, but I can't trust that you gonna make the fight. It's like, I already wasted my time. You didn't deserve to fight the first time, and you already pulled out. That was your one and only opportunity, and you fucked it up. So
yeah,
I can't trust it.
I get that. I get that. Now, you know, we sure them boys gonna figure out what the fuck they gotta do, but you know, WBO just made Keyshawn #1 at 147.
Mm-hmm.
Now, question is, right, if they gonna that doesn't necessarily make him a mandatory to Devin.
Nah. Yeah.
That just makes him #1.
Yeah.
I mean,
if there was a mandated, Keyshawn will be first up.
Yeah. Now, granted, do you think the if they #1, does that mean the #1 guys got a petition to be the mandatory, or it get confusing with boxing, bro? I ain't gonna lie, it get confusing with that.
So, yeah, they could, Keyshawn could. I don't know if he mandated. I think they said Jay Prince made a call for him to mandate to be #1. I don't know. I think they got to figure out, because Sean Zytel, shout out to him. He said from what he was told that Devin and Shakur signed to Zuffa. They trying to get that fight, and Jay Prince threw Keyshawn out there because Shakur was like he want to wait on that Devin Haney fight. Don't know if that's official, so don't quote me on that. It seemed like it's a lot of fishy things in the business side, to where, because when I first heard it, I was like, yeah, that's probably happening. But then when I heard that, I'm like, it sounds like, I don't know, it sounds like everyone trying to get some type of leverage, or they're trying to find loopholes within the business. So it kind of has me confused. I don't know exactly what route each guy's going.
Yeah, bro. I mean, oh shit, bro. It's kind of hard to tell a man what he should do. Because, you know, one thing about these fighters, bro, these fighters are very sensitive. They very sensitive. You can't say nothing wrong about them.
Mm-hmm.
And I say one thing, bro. I don't know if that's the best option, but I get it. Folks trying to cash out. Folks trying to, just cash in. You know, boxing ain't no guaranteed career. But I just don't see that a likely possibility.
As far as what?
Him fighting Devin Haney next.
Shakur or Keyshawn?
Either of them.
Okay.
Shakur, look, you gotta understand what Shakur wants. Shakur is not ready to go to 147. He wanted at 143 catch weight. Not to mention, you know, that ain't what Devin Haney want to do.
Yeah.
Then that's just the first part. You gotta get down to the how much money we get in, the purse splitting, and then the purse bidding and all of that. It's just a lot. As far as Keyshawn goes, outside looking in, I could see that fight happening more than I could see Shakur and Devin fighting.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? But the only issue is, right, them sanctioning bodies. Who's going to okay, he's #1, but he got to do and then as far as the business go, they don't even know where they're going. They don't even know if they with Zuffa. They don't know. I keep hearing $100 million deals. Then I keep hearing that. So until we hear it from the horse's mouth, it's bullshit.
Yeah, so it's that's why I try not to really have too much opinion. It's so much that I don't know. It's Keyshawn, really, for him to get the fight, he got to wait to see what Devin and them want to say. Devin and them want to hear what Shakur want to say. Shakur sound like I don't know what exactly he wanted to do. He sound like he with it, but he don't want to be next. So it's like, all right, if it's not next, what do you want to do? It's too many variables to really have a full opinion on it. So I really don't know what's next. I really don't know. I'm cool with Devin fighting Shakur. I'm cool with Devin fighting Keyshawn. I don't know. I really don't know. Honestly, I really try not. I don't really pay too much attention to the Shakur and Devin yet. Once they start being vocal about it, then I'll start maybe paying more attention to it.
Yeah.
Like Keyshawn, the reason people talking about Keyshawn and Devin is because Keyshawn doing his videos, throwing his shots. Devin Haney responding now.
Yeah. Now let's get to the nitty gritty. Now if that fight was to be made next, like we teamed off of, but like realistically, how do you, not a prediction, but do you think this fight will go, like, how you think the fight will play out? Not a prediction.
Keyshawn and Haney?
Keyshawn and
Haney.
Haney.
Because like Keyshawn hasn't had, resume matters. So he hasn't fought that caliber of fighter in the pros with that size, with that reach.
That jab.
With that,
he never fought nobody with no good jab.
Exactly.
He never fought like a jab heavy type of fighter.
Exactly.
Where all they do is throw that jab before they throw anything.
But the thing is, like, Haney has a resume. Haney, he's, all right, bro. Haney's fought someone who has some attributes like Keyshawn, but he hasn't with someone altogether. And then you could say the Loma, but the difference is Keyshawn is bigger than Loma. He's younger than Loma. He's stronger. It's less wear and tear on his body than Loma. So it's like Devin Haney got that resume, whereas Keyshawn, you haven't fought on this level yet. And you haven't fought on this level for 12 rounds yet. Whereas Keyshawn is like, Devin has fought someone. He's fought someone with his speed, but then you got to talk about the size too. Yeah. Then you got to talk about the educated feet too. Yeah. Then you got to talk about someone who could spots and who got that dog and like who mean as hell too. So it's like, ooh, that's a tough fight, man.
Yeah, that's a tough fight for both of them. Now, if you are management or if you was a matchmaker, right? Would you realistically make that fight next? And if you was somebody like Keyshawn or in this camp, because it seemed like it would be more so like a challenge for Key, reason being because Devin is already the champion. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's somebody you gotta fight up to, not like go down. He's the champion, he's the guy at 47. So like in this case, like to build up Key to that level, 15-0 now? Really supposed to be 16. Devin Haney got what, like 30 fights? 30,
somewhere between 30 35.
Yeah. So it's like, and you looking at it like this, do you give Keyshawn another fight? Say maybe like a Richardson Hitchens, or would you go that route first, or would you just,
if I'm working with or for Haney, I make that fight right away. Better to get that out the way early before he really gets that, really gets that experience and them years and them styles down pat. So if I'm Haney, if I'm Team Haney, I jump on that fight right away. I make that shit now. If I'm Keyshawn, I think as far as, some things of course he can get better at, I'll wait. Time, really, it's not really a time thing, it just depends on who he fights. Yeah. I'll get him, of course nobody who's at the style of Haney, what I do, I get him someone who isn't the exact skill pedigree of Haney, but can get you ready for Haney. And then I get him an elite person that's at that level, maybe a different style, just so I know, like, all right, he's battle tested. Now we can put him in there. So if I was Keyshawn Peoples, I would wait a fight or two, because he got the time to wait. As long as, I think he'll keep winning. I think Haney will keep winning unless they fight another superstar. Upsets are always an option, but I got a lot of praise to both of them. I think highly of both of them, so I think both of them will win.
Absolutely.
It depends on whose side. If I'm Haney, I jump on that fight now.
Yeah, and it's so crazy because shout out Tim Bradley. He had replied to me on some stuff when he was talking about Keyshawn fights. So shout out to him. One thing he had pointed out was how Haney had pulled a veteran move to like basically call for that fight right after his Albright fight, meaning like he had saw something in that fight that made him think, okay, let's go. Because remember, you saw the clip, you saw the video, regardless of how it was supposed to go. Bill Haney said, and I quote, "You gonna keep your word?" Keyshawn said, and I quote, "Hey, after I knock out Jermaine, what we doing?" He was like, "You promise?" That's what Bill Haney said. Keyshawn held up his bargain of the deal. You know, the Haneys went a little quiet. Now, I'm not calling them ducks. They fought tough opponents.
Yeah.
They ain't ducking this fight, but it was something that they wanted to see before they took that fight. What do you think they possibly could have saw from a coach's standpoint to say, okay, let's take that fight? What did you see that you think Devin saw?
I think they seen. I believe that, you know, looking at Keyshawn's recent history, last 3 fights or so, I think they seen that he's probably not fully mature yet. Not his boxing, just some of the outside, the missing weight, some of the antics in the Albright fight, the taunting, you know, the seem like he playing around at times, the slam. I think they see that. They might see small tweaks, like they seen in the 5th round where Albright caught Keyshawn with that big right hand. You know, although he clearly won, it was competitive. They probably see things like the first Keyshawn fight where I'm not gonna say he had trouble to get the win, but it was spots where Albright would have him like, okay, this is a tougher challenge than usual. They see small things they can capitalize on, and like I said, they probably already felt they're better, and they're looking at it like, before he gets better, let's get this out the way. So when it comes back, when this story comes back up, when his name comes back up, we can say, oh, we did that. If he wins.
Yeah.
Like they fight and he wins, but Keyshawn gets better and Keyshawn like, yo, let's run it back. Devin Haney always like, man, I've been there, I've done that. I'm on to better things.
Okay. Got down. Shit. What else was going on? It was a whole lot of going on. I thought I wrote something. Damn. Thought I wrote something on my notes. Let me see. Shit. We got Lamont Roach and Williams Zepeda. August 1st. That's, I mean, listen, Lamont Roach, I don't like the disrespect Lamont Roach been receiving. I don't like it. I don't think it's fair to him. I don't think it's fair. Like, he really, like, he a fighter. Oh, he go in there and fight. It's not his fault. The fight that I thought he won went to Tank, and it's like, I get it. Tank ain't look bad, but it's like, he ain't, how I want to say this, right? Tank came in the way he came in every fight. I did not see nothing out of the ordinary from him. I didn't think he looked off. I thought he looked good. Lamont Roach was just a tad bit better.
Yeah.
But because he's Tank, people just, you know what I mean? And I get it. Everybody have a bad day. Everybody have a bad Saturday. Listen, a lot of people thought Bud had a bad Saturday with Madrimal. I said his name right?
Yeah, you said his name.
You know what I mean? Like, everybody thought he had a bad Saturday with Madrimal, bro. Everybody's entitled to that bad Saturday, bro. But I don't like the disrespect that Lamont Roach been getting. I don't like the disrespect he been getting. When he fought Cruz, now that's a different type of fight, different scenario. He got dropped, but I can say the draw for that. But it's like, you know, how you feel about that Lamont Roach and Williams Zepeda fight?
I think that's a great, stylistically, that's a great fight. You got someone, kind of like how I thought the Cruz and Lamont Roach was a great fight. Only difference is Cruz is trying to punch. Cruz, it punches harder than Zepeda, but Zepeda is that more. He's a bit sharper than Cruz. Yeah, he's a bit more educated with his punches when he steps and he has you trapped in the corner. So that's gonna be interesting. You got someone who wants to back you up with Zepeda, but you got someone who's willing to start right there in the center and not willing to back up with Cruz. Somebody's gonna have to take the lead as far as either I keep you here or I take you there, and one of y'all gonna have to try to break out of your usual. That's that's written for a great fight. I don't know. I lean right now. I lean Roach. I like to do my film study when we get closer to the fight, so I don't change my mind a lot.
Yeah.
Right now, my first thought is leaning Roach, but just stylistic overall, that's a great fight. That's a great fight.
And that is a great fight.
That could be possible fight of the year right there.
Now, I've been hearing stuff about Gary Russell. Not Gary Antoine. Gary Russell, the one that was at 130 but now at 135.
Okay.
I've been hearing mumblings about Gary Russell and Kid Austin. I don't know what's going on with that. Presumably, if that fight don't work out with Tank, I'm gonna assume they going that route. I'm not too sure. I don't know what's going on with Golden Boy, bro. I think Golden Boy I ain't even gonna start slandering. It's some type of issue I believe they got with their fighters, bro.
You got Golden Boy, then you got Kid Austin. Kid Austin just, you call out Shakur, you pull out the fight with Shakur, you call out Tank, but in the middle while you calling out Tank, you calling out Keyshawn. Then you calling Keyshawn, but then you talking trash to guys like Stephen Fulton. You talking trash to guys like Stephen Fulton, but it's like, you all over the place. And I understand when you tell everybody you want to fight, but you had opportunities and you were the reason they didn't fight. Whether you did it purposely or not, you gotta hold yourself accountable for what happened.
Yeah.
You called names out. You were the reason it didn't happen. While people already thought you weren't ready and not impressed with you. So it's like it's just with them. It's like, when's the last time they fought?
They fought Tevin Farmer.
Exactly.
That had to be like over a year ago.
And that was one round. So it's like, no disrespect to them, but it's like whatever they say, it's like I just gotta see it.
And then it was like I thought they was gonna be fighting William Zepeda. I heard them say.
Well, we know that's not happening now. So it's like with him, it's like it's. I'm not gonna say they're all talk, but it's just you hear more talking than you see them in the ring fighting. So it's like you gotta show me something. Like I don't know what to think. I don't know what to believe from you.
Yeah.
It's a lot of I would do this, I would do this, I would do this. Then the time somebody finally said, all right, you get the opportunity. You was the reason the fight didn't happen. So
yeah. And this is the last thing. We can't forget about this shit either because it's been a while. But first off, Richard Torres. Oh, bro.
Oh, man.
We was just talking about him. You said you wanted to see him fight.
I said if he would have won, I would have wanted to see him fight Tom. I would like that fight, but I would like to see him fight Tom Maccabi. Anyway, I felt like if he won against Frank Sanchez, it would have been a step in the right direction. But that was
bro, that was crazy, bro.
Yeah, and it's like I knew Frank Sanchez what he was capable of skill, but he's older. He's had knee issues. That's why the fight was supposed to be on the It was supposed to be on the undercard of I think it was Benavidez Ramirez. But it got postponed because Frank Sanchez wasn't fully healthy. So it was me looking at the age of Frank Sanchez, the health of Frank Sanchez, and looking at the style of Torres. I thought he would break him down. But even if he could have, Frank Sanchez ended it before he even got the chance to. That southpaw took his feet.
And here's the sad part about it, right? And there's no disrespect to Frank Sanchez. Like you say, with the given history, with the knee injury and the age, do you think he's gonna be able to like compete with them top guys, them guys that are contenders for championships?
Nah,
like the AJs.
Given his history, if he was healthy, different conversation. But he was already he lost to Caballero, and then it's like things went down. This was a big climb for him.
Yeah.
But things went downhill for him. He got a big step ahead with the Torres fight, but I still don't see him taking. That was a great win, and I think he's capable of upsetting a big name if they have an off night. But you can't rely on people having an off night.
Yeah, so. And it's like the sad part is, and it's like this is like that thrill and agony of fighting because it's like Richard Torres probably could beat most of these. I don't know because you're a coach, but he probably could like do well against a lot of them top heavyweight contenders, but it's like now he just got set back. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's like, I wonder and I think about Jared Anderson. After the Bacoli fight, it's like after somebody gets stopped like that, they never be the same.
Well, the difference with them, Torres been knocked out like that before in the amateurs when he fought Jalala. And as crazy as this one sound, because Torres was more hurt in that moment, as crazy as it sounds, it's better to get knocked out the way Torres did than Anderson, because Torres, it was one shot.
Yeah.
You can say you can come back from that. Anderson got beat the fuck up and then got stopped. So it's like, Torres, yeah, that shot is going to hurt and it's going to do damage, but to Anderson was like wear and tear before the damage. So it's like, that shit weighs on. And then it's like, the more rounds you get beat up, mentally that shit does something to you. And he ain't looked the same mentally since then. So it's like, Richard Torres, yeah, you can bounce back mentally because you can put in your head, you got to have a big ego fighting. He could put in his head, that was a lucky shot. It wasn't, but you can put that in your head, lucky shot, he ain't gonna do it again. With Anderson, it was just like, oh, you got your ass whooped.
And Alexander Usyk. I'm gonna just say, he shouldn't be. That dude was big as hell, bro.
I still didn't want to. I'm not gonna watch that fight. Not because I had no interest watching it. And shout out to Rico. I believe everybody.
Big as hell,
I believe when they say he was winning Usyk, I believe it.
He was.
But nothing tells me. I just don't care to rewatch that fight. I just take people's word for it.
Yeah, nah, he was big. Well, what's going on? This is the last thing, bro. What's going on with 160?
That's been a dead division for a while, man.
Yeah, 160 got it. Like, it's like all of the divisions are like interesting, but 160, bro.
They don't have that name that attracts you to the division. They had Jenna back, he popped dirty, suspended. Adames don't know who he's gonna fight next. You got Processor Troy Isley, but he doesn't have the star power. All the guys with potential at 60 is still at 54 right now. So it's like, each division, even if it's one name, you have a name that attracts you to the division. 22, you got Anyway. 26, you got the Shoo. With the 130, you got Shock. 135, you still got Shakur there. Mortaya. 140, Shakur, Gary. 47, Haney. 54, Boots, Xander. 60 is like
Virgil, you know what I'm saying? And then
yes, what's
60
there?
It's like, yeah.
You start telling people the top names at 60, people start looking at you like, who? So
yeah, I feel you. I feel that. You gotta love boxing to understand.
Yes.
You gotta love boxing, but I'll tell you, bro, between basically like you say, 122, 126, 130, 135, 140, 147, 154, then skip the 168 to 175.
They all got a name that attracts you to the division.
Yeah, it's very, especially between that 135 and 140 division. 130 is in there now.
Yeah, so it's like it's like the 160s waiting for somebody 54 to come up to save them.
Yeah.
But as of right now, they just don't have that name. Like, the biggest name they have is probably it's a wash up because he winning, but an old Laura. So it's probably the most popular fighter at 60.
All right, man. One last thing, bro. 2026. Who you want to see fight each other no matter what? 2026, before the year's over, who should fight each other? We like midway through. We 6 months away from the end of the year. We halfway through the year. Who you want to see?
Should happen.
Fight wish.
It's 2 fights, I'm gonna say. Benavidez and Bivol, and Haney and Garcia rematch. Yeah, I think Benavidez and Bivol, they're the only ones I believe standing each other way. Only one that I think is, if anybody beats Benavidez, it's gonna be Bivol. If anybody beats Bivol, even though Bivol lost to Beterbiev, just talking as of right now, I favor both against Beterbiev, seeing how he looked after the second fight. So only one's gonna beat Bivol is Benavidez. Only one's gonna beat Benavidez Bivol. Someone has to show who's who. I mean, Haney and Ryan Garcia rematch. I mean, you don't even need me to explain that one. So
absolutely.